With slow-mo music right here on YouTube with my man Kane Beats right here. The next hottest producer, he out there. He hot, you gotta check him out. YouTube exclusive, straight from Atlanta to the shot to Texas, LA. We everywhere. Check us out.
Shout out slow-mo music. Me and my shut down. So now 2010, the next decade about to be crazy, bro. I promise you. Let's go.
This ain't the last you gonna see of us.
Nah.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, bro.
Much love.
Stevie Wonder. Grocery bag.
Bedrock. Everybody knows Bedrock. That was Kane's first #1 record. Let's congratulate him on that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Bedrock. I mean, that was a very catchy record that a lot of people grew to love. How'd that happen?
Bedrock is one of the records that really taught me a lot about production, about myself. Just because at the end of the day, when I made the beat, it was something I sat on it and I was like, yo, this is whack. Nobody didn't like this. And my homeboy was like, yo, man, that beat's crazy, man. I promise you, it's crazy. And I'm like, yo, man. And if you heard any of my other production, I do a lot of drums, I do a lot of snare rolls, it's just real big. And me not doing all that on this record, it gave it an opportunity to go a little further than some other records usually do. So I made the beat, I sent it to everybody trying to get choruses to it, and people were just like, it's hot, but I don't really know what to do with it. So when Wayne heard it, I don't know, he all of a sudden knew it was a single. Before we even had a chorus, he had everybody do their verses. I remember he was saying like, yeah, just rap about girls and stuff. Just telling everybody, just rap about, just do you, rap about a girl. And then we went through like, we had to go through like 8 hooks, man. Neo wrote a hook, Pleasure P wrote a hook, Lloyd wrote a hook, and Morion wrote a hook. It was like 8 different verses. 2 of them ended up leaking. And then Wayne was just like, yo, we just gonna let the people choose. And eventually, when the spins picked up, you noticed everybody was playing Bedrock. And I don't even remember what the Morion one was, but nobody was playing it. So it just kind of grew on its own. It was really one of the records that it was out a while, and then after people started hearing it, I saw it just pick up, and it taught me a lot, because I'm like, all right, well, it really doesn't take all that, everything I used to do. Sometimes you just need a catchy melody that everybody can relate to. People can replay it, and hum it in their head, and just, I don't know, it wasn't one of those records I thought was going to do good, but once it did good, I understood what was going on, and it was able to give me, to recreate sounds like that, keep getting on the Billboard. I knew how to blend my sound, the drums I use, but use the chords and stuff of like pop records, gospel records, all the stuff you hear on the radio, you know what I mean? When you mix the two, it's easy to get on the radio like that.
Awesome. So
yeah.
Let's talk about your creative process. And I've talked to a lot of producers, and they have different, methods of going in and working. What seems to work for you? Being in there with the artist while you're making the beat, or doing it and sending it to them?
Man, it really depends, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, like when I was working with Gucci, we worked a lot in the studio. But then none of the records I made, we did in there and made the album. So I was kind of like, man, I'm not sure what's going on. But with Wayne, we worked in the studio maybe once or 2 times. And every other time I was just in there, I was giving them beats, so I was sending them beats. Because Wayne, depends on the artist. An artist like Wayne, he doesn't need you to guide him. Because it's not like, what are you going to tell him? You're not going to tell him you don't like his hook, because he can look at you crazy. So you just in there working. But it depends on the artist. When I'm working with new artists, and I get more control, I'm definitely in the studio. I'm definitely trying to make the beat with them. I'm definitely trying to help them write. Because at the end of the day, I feel like my ear is a little bit better than your ear. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this. But if I'm working with somebody who's already on and they know what they're doing, you might save time by just emailing the beat. Because a lot of artists don't work like that no more. A lot of artists aren't even comfortable. Like Wayne's not really in the studio. A lot of producers, unless it's Cool and Dre or people you really grew up with. You know what I mean? So for me, the creative process is, I always start with the drums, do something simple, you know what I mean? And then really it's all about the music though, because the drums you can change anytime, you know what I'm saying? But the music and having something original that's catchy is always the best. So once I do the music, I play around the keyboard for maybe 6 hours. I remember I make 10 beats a day and keep 1 because I'm just real skeptical of my own self. So it's really about creating the music, and then after you get the music, you get the drums all over again, because that's the easiest.